Quick thing before the episode starts. So we've been contracted by one of the players to dig out a hole. That's $4. Alright, he held up on his deal. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Welcome back to episode 3. As you saw before we started, I had a little trade deal that went on with one of the other players on the server. We got some mending books for ourselves. Of course, in a little bit we'll be able to have infinite mending books, but I thought we might as well get a start on. Now, there are a bunch of things I want to work on today, but one of them that I wanted to get over with, I'm sure you can guess, by the 1, 2, like 9 more, so 11 shovels in my inventory. I want to finally path off as much of this as I can, and I want to get rid of this issue, but you might be asking how am I going to do that, especially since this took like 4 shovels to do, so how is 10 going to do any better? Well, I'm actually going to head over to that pigman farm, and I'm going to get some levels, and I'm going to enchant every single shovel. Hopefully one of them is going to get Silk Touch. That way we'll be on our way to pathifying the entire perimeter of our base. Alright, well I've found the farm. I'm going to farm for a little bit, get all of these shovels enchanted. Alright, now that we're in the base, I think it's proper time for us to get to pacifying the surroundings. Let's get to it. Alright, as you can see, we pathified most of the land around here, including this little valley. Actually, as I was going, I didn't even encounter a single mob on this side of the river. I found one zombie over there, but I just let it be because it was probably not going to get over that. Although I did encounter drowned, and that might be a problem until we get some sea pickles, but it shouldn't be too big of a problem. So I think it's time for us to go for mining for a little bit and get ourselves some diamonds, some proper diamonds, not ones that were handed to us. Well, I was just mining some redstone over here, and I spotted this beauty. I'm gonna actually get this first. Now, some people say it's a bad idea to. Oh my gosh! Wow. Okay, we're just not streaking, aren't we? Some people say it's a bad idea to enchant your pick. Oh, okay. Wow. We're just never gonna stop, is it? Okay. Hold on. Just gonna check. Do a once over. Okay, that's bedrock. Nothing else. Nothing new. Oh, okay. Anything else? No. Oh, wow. Okay, I don't know how long this is gonna go on for. I'm just delaying the diamonds. Okay, how many ores in string are we gonna find here? I think we're done. Okay, let's go 1, 2. I'm not gonna look at how many I get until I'm done getting them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 8. Fortune 3 should give me 2 to 3. On average, let's say, I'm sorry, 1 to 3. Let's say 2 each, so I should have 16. If I have 16 or more, I'll be happy. 14. Oh no, I got the less lucky, but that's a lot. 14's what? Pickaxe, sword, axe, shovel, and I don't know, helmet. Alright, we've made it back from our little mining session. Now our chests are looking a little bit disorganized. We'll sort this out soon enough. Honestly, let's just get everything. Okay, so I'm going to save everybody some time. I'm just going to skip over my rant about the College Board and AP exams, and also my very tired brain trying to explain my expansions to the base, which is essentially just adding another layer and finishing it off. I'm just going to get to the building because, honestly, the recordings were a mess. Fun fact, I don't see into the future. In fact, I'm on a very limited schedule here. Now, I don't know where you guys are watching this from, but here in the United States, we have this monopoly on education called the College Board. The College Board actually doesn't deal with colleges. What they deal with is the SAT. Now, I thought it stood for the Standard Admissions Test. Some people say it's for the Scholastic Aptitude Test. And honestly, I'm too afraid to Google it and find out whether I've been wrong for the past couple of years. But besides that, they also deal with advanced placement classes in high schools and sometimes middle schools. And the problem with that is that whenever you take an advanced placement course, you think it's for the learning, but really the entire class is dedicated to take one test at the end of the year. And the problem is if you take multiple advanced placement courses, you're going to have to take multiple tests at the end of the year. So here I am, stuck with, over the next 2-week period, 3 advanced placement tests, which sound like they're going to be all fun and dandy, except they're made to be the most annoying and stupid test possible. So much so that you would think AP, and I call it AP, everybody calls it AP, the AP English exam would be made, you know, to test your skills of English, writing, language composition, right? The class is called AP Language and Composition. But really, the entire class only exists so people won't fail the tests. There's not a moment in class I had where I wasn't being prepared for the test. Not for, you know, the intricacies of the English language or, you know, rhetorical situation. No, we were prepared under rhetorical situation, but the rhetorical situation we would encounter on the advanced placement exam. Frankly, I think it's ridiculous, but I need it for colleges, so everybody has to take them. 3 of them in the coming 2 weeks, 2 next week, or I don't know when you're watching this, but 3 of them in the coming 2 weeks as of when I'm recording this, so I'm not going to be making a lot of videos. Normally I would hope to get 2 out, but at this point it's looking impossible. So I'm going to do what I can, and thank you guys for tuning in to watch the barely sane content that's being produced right now. Did you know that if everybody builds their portals on the roof, it's really, really hard to get to the nether surface? It took me a long time to find a portal that gets there. Directly into the proper nether, not the roof. Yep, and here we are. Alright. I remember being here, actually. We need to... It's quite unfortunate the place they spawned in, but we need to get to soul sand, magma blocks, and quartz. I'm gonna skip you guys the time it took me to get all those 3. Let's just go back. Alright. I think that's enough. Let's head back. So, it's been a good minute since I've last recorded, and to be honest, I don't really remember what I planned on doing. But I do know that my AP exams are finally finished, and that doesn't mean my school year's finished. That means I'll have more time to do things, probably more time to finally finish episode 3 and continue this series. But I do know that I have occasionally gone online to collect some wood from the acacia trees, and I've gotten quite a bunch, in fact. As you can see right here, if I can click the right buttons, here we are. I've gotten quite a bit of wood, and that is for building up this wall right here, and obviously all of the walls, but, you know, after this we're gonna build this. And again, I really don't remember. Last I remember, we were in the nether. I had to make my way back here. I'm sort of having a chest problem where I'm running out of space, so after we build up a couple of these walls, we're definitely gonna have to figure out a sorting system, but that's for a future me to figure out. What right now me knows we need to do is, these things do have a purpose, and we did in fact bring back some magma blocks, sorry, and some soul sand. And I believe this one was going to be up, and this one was going to be down. But I don't want to do that just yet, because I need these to be source blocks. If you know how magma cubes, I did it again, if you know how magma blocks and soul sand works, they only function properly through full source blocks, and an easy way to get full source blocks is by using kelp, which is why you saw me in an earlier clip grabbing some kelp. Actually, now that I think about it, I cut that out. Let's just cut to when these pillars are complete. Oh god. That's not good. Oh, didn't notice this. I actually got a sheep head when I killed that sheep. Let's put you right here as a reminder. I can't. It doesn't let. Okay. And if you're wondering why I have so many sheep, I'm gonna use them for something. But that's gonna be later on in this episode. For now, we're waiting for sand. Now, as elegant as this doesn't look, these are gonna be our elevators. Actually, it looks pretty nice. These are gonna be our elevators to go up and down. So if you couldn't guess, You go in from this corner, launch all the way up. You can come down from this corner, and you get brought nicely down. Obviously, you can go faster if you swim. And then you might be wondering, oh, what's this for then, if you couldn't guess? Because we have these nice little elevators. This section is for, obviously, going to and from, well, there's going to be a second layer of wall here, to and from the wall, which is going to be useful because there's going to be a bit in the center, which you will see later on, that we might want access to. Speaking of wall, to make a wall we need more wood, and as I do have a lot of wood, I'm going to try to make some sections, or as many sections of the wall as I can with what I have. And I'm also going to harvest this a couple of times because I severely doubt that I'll complete this entire thing, especially this center area, with just what I have there, but maybe it's possible. You know what that means? That means for an indeterminate amount of time, it is time-lapse mode. Anyway, I don't know about you guys, I think this looks pretty cool. Now, I had to improvise a little bit, because in my creative world it's flat, obviously, but I think that's fine. Listen, I like this. I don't know about you guys. I like it. It's bright. Again, this area is going to be bright too. I'm going to have to light it behind it, which is, by the way, possible because the fences let light through, but I'm sure you knew that. I like the whole, like the aesthetic that it gets from having, like, eye-type things, like two eyes over there, two eyes over there. Those are just pumpkins, I guess. I don't know. I really like it, and I like how grand the entrance looks, especially from afar. This looks nice. Of course, it's going to eventually kick me out, but see, look how grand and nice and big it looks. It looks like it has, size to it instead of just, like a tiny little archway. I don't know. I think it looks more substantial. And then you just look at that mess over there. That's just horrendous. Like, look at this side. It's so nice. So bleh. You know what, speaking of path blocks and different designs, acacia is one of the most annoying, no, it is the most annoying tree to farm. Here's why, right? Oak is oak. It can grow one by one, easiest farm to make in the world. Okay? Jungle and taiga and dark oak all grow in 2x2s. They're so easy to attain. Now, the only other two variants left are birch and acacia. Not only does birch not grow those giant trees that oak does, but it can also grow in the same, like, situations as oak. It's literally a straight line. Acacia, first of all, you need light for each individual thing. You can't just have them in a row, right? Second of all, they grow wonky. Like, what kind of normal tree grows like this? Third of all, right, sometimes you can have them, like, way too tall to reach, and sometimes they're going to give you, like, 3 pieces of wood, and good luck deal with that. Anyway, I figured out a nice little creative system, because I'm a genius. Anyway, let's get working on lighting up this wall. That's my acacia ranch for the episode. So it's a good thing I went to my creative world to check, because the design I had in mind was, like, how do I say, completely wrong. So let's just set up a little scaffold here. Okay, with the repossession of wood done, I'd say this looks pretty nice. Now again, this is kind of getting in the way, but we'll have to move this soon, because I have plans of something going up in this section. But I'm proud to say that for the time being, that a majority, like the major part of our base, being this corner over here, is I'd say the exterior is done. Essentially, I'm not adding anything else to the outside. These are going to stay as they are, because again, I think they look pretty cool. And speaking of the devil, the time is night, and the time is nigh for us to go outside and look at the lighting I was talking about. So if we look now, that looks significantly better. Now, there's still areas like this corner, which, I don't know, it got me stumped. I see no way to light them up without some obvious, like, ugly-looking thing. But if we ignore that for a moment, we can see that, look, this wall looks like it's externally lit, even though it's very clearly, like, you can't, like, no matter what angle you look at this, you can only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights, and none of them are on these walls. So it's just it's a nice benefit. They look well lit. You can see detail on them, and they look nice from far away. I'm not going to go far away because that's dangerous territory, like that guy over there, for example. This is as far as I'm willing to go. But you can see it looks just much better than the old wall we had before, where it was only one layer and there was just that arch and it was out of place. At least I think. I think it's going to look much cooler when it's all four sides and all four pillars. But that's a project for a later time. In the meantime, we see there's a problem. That's a glitch that's been going on in 1.16, by the way. I don't know. But there's a problem that I'm having with eggs, and the problem is that eggs... So to find the remedy to the eggs problem, what I've done is I've installed an auto clicker. Perfectly legit. I don't cheat with it or anything. So what I do is I take 8, enough stacks, and then I... Oh, give me a moment. We're going to take advantage of our new big boy tower. Can't reach me now, idiot. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to hit this nice fancy button. By the way, this is the intended use of the tower. I don't know what people are talking about, like Archer Tower, Guard Tower. No, this is Chicken Launching Tower. So that just launched about 28 odd eggs in like half a second, which I find amazing. Let's see it again. This is what, 32 eggs? Gone. I don't know how many chickens it's spawning, and I'm certain the server owner is not too happy about the immense eggs, but also... just look at that. I don't even see how many chickens it's spawning. Let's do something. I'm gonna do it over here. Okay. Oh, I can't even see it's so many eggs. Let's go check out down there what the mess is. Oh, okay, I already see 3. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna... There's 6 already. Oh, it's only 6. Okay, that's actually not that bad. How did you get here? Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this before, because again, I really don't remember what happened before I had the AP exams. Somebody left a sign that says, "Howdy," in the middle of my base. I'm gonna keep it here until I absolutely have to move it. Speaking of keeping something here until I absolutely have to move them, I don't know what was going on before, but I think this farm just takes a long time to process. So we're not going to have the Carrot Empire I hoped for, but that's okay, because what we do have is some 20-odd, 30-odd villagers sitting in there that we will most definitely be making use of for our villager farm. And now you might be thinking, okay, well, if this carrot farm is clearly not working, and unless you're going to be a pleb who harvests his carrots like potatoes manually, how are you going to trade with the villagers? Well, I'm not sure if you guys know about this, you probably do. There's another person on the server, currently not right now, but what I mean is there's another person on the server who plays on the server who also does a YouTube series by the name of OG Recyclops, or just Recyclops. And we're going to be doing, maybe in this episode, maybe in the next, I can't predict the future. We're going to be collaborating on a somewhat secret project. Okay, but that's for you to find out in the next episode, or this episode. I don't know. You don't know. You won't know until I know. And once I know, you'll know. I'll know. On to my next agenda on the list. Wool. If any of you remember last episode, I went and checked out the shopping district, or was it 2 episodes ago? I don't remember. I went and checked out the shopping district, and in there we saw, I believe it was OMG Sophie's quote, humane wool shop, end quote. The problem with that humane wool shop is that last word, it's shop. I don't want to pay for wool, especially since I have an incessant amount of sheep right here, ripe for the harvest. I mean, abuse. I mean, slavery. I mean, anyway, what I want to make sure is that at least 16 of these bad boys or girls in here, because as many of you know, there are 16 total dyes in Minecraft, and 16 dyes means there are total 16 colors of wool for sheep to produce. And if you can't figure out why I'm doing this, and why I have to get the quartz, and why I have iron, it's because I'm going to make an automatic sheep farm, but not only that, I'm going to make an automatic sheep farm that runs itself for every single color of sheep. So I'm going to have all the wool on demand like this, and that essentially eliminates like a whole section of storage, which is wool, because it is going to be my storage, which is a really roundabout way of doing it, because it's going to take up so much more space than a wool chest would have, but don't worry about that. Anyway, first things first, this is where I want to do it, but there's obviously something in the way. If you couldn't tell, it's really hidden, it's really hard to see. There's a huge-ass tree farm right in the middle of where I want to build it. So I have to make sure that I have enough resources. Yeah, I have enough resources. I'm going to tear this place down, because, frankly, at this point, if I don't find a nice, more permanent spot for it, I'm just going to destroy it and never think about it again. Because at this point, we're getting to a point where I'm going to get enough diamonds where I'll be able to buy the resources to make a proper redstone tree farm. Now, I say that, but the words proper and redstone and tree farm don't actually fit, because I've never made a tree farm, I don't know how to use redstone, and I've never built anything correctly on the first try. For now, we're just going to tear down our manual good old tree farm, and then we'll get to building the wool farm, which only took me like 100 tries in creative. Alright, so one of the main reasons I have it dedicated by section of wall is that I have a specific design for my sheep farm that kind of relies on the fact that it's double stacked. What I mean is not that it does 2 of each sheep. What I mean is that there are 16 different types of color sheep. That means that if I do them all in a straight row, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be like extending out to here or something, probably even there. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to have 8 and then 8. Now it's not going to be perfectly up to here. It's probably going to cut off like right here. But I've incorporated the design so that it looks like, you know, semi-normal and tolerable. But unfortunately, because I'm a goof, I'm going to have to go back into my creative world and take a look at it, take a screenshot, and base something off of it. So, yeah, I'll be right back with that. Okay, so I was in the middle of, and I have to stop them from killing my villagers. I was in the middle of building when these fools came around. Now, he's the only one I have to be careful with. And I'm glad that fire tick on this server is disabled. So let me deal with these guys really quickly, so I don't die. Hello. Nope, nope. Gone. Okay, just... Okay, I'm moved a little bit. Oh. Okay, why aren't you dead? There we go. Alright. So I'm about to save you like 20 minutes of time, and I'm going to condense everything that happened on and off camera into like this 1 minute thing, so you're going to have to bear with me here. So, I built up the structure, and one of the redstone things I needed was dispensers. I didn't have dispensers. The problem was I didn't have bows. I could go killing skeletons and spiders or whatever, and I did for some of them, but the easiest way to get bows is from Fletchers, so I took 2 villagers, made them 2 Fletchers, traded them sticks, got emeralds, traded them emeralds, got bows, took the bows, got dispensers, done. But the dispensers needed shears. For shears, you need iron. For iron, I needed mining, so I went mining, got the iron, got the shears, put them in dispensers. Now all I needed was the sheep. Got the sheep, dyed them, led them into the facilities, closed it up, made it look nice, got dispensers, got the shears, got the sheep, got the colors, got it done. Let's get back to it. Actually, I've decided to replace this with just a regular old door, and let's fill in these slabs. 11, exactly the amount we needed. Let's see, and I've been checking periodically just to throw these eggs away. I should come up with a sort of automated system at some point, but whatever. I did disable my auto clicker because it was mad annoying, so I'm just gonna hold down right click and throw all these eggs. Eventually it's gonna be too much, but for now I think it's fine. I'm There's a little chicken empire happening outside. I don't know why. No, I'm sorry. I knew exactly why, but I don't want to choose to. I choose not to think about that. At this point, I'm throwing stuff in random, except the wool. The wool I will put in its right place. You can see it's labeled here by the nice sheep head. Right. So it goes obviously in order: red, orange. Orange is hidden. Yellow, green. No, sorry. Green, lime green. Light blue? Yeah, light blue, cyan, and then blue. And if we head up here, continuing from blue, we have pink, magenta, purple, white, light gray, gray, black, and brown. So, oh, and you'll notice I'm missing a bunch of scaffolding. That's because, as I showed you, it's all back here. It's used for me to get in there and just in case I need to restock something or replace something. Or one mining trip later, and I was on my way to the pigment farm to level up and get some proper diamond pickaxes. Alright, here we are in the pigment farm. Now it's very simple. I have 3 books. Sorry, I have 2 books. Bye. In fact, I'm not going to sit through this whole process with you guys. I'm just going to do it, and I'll be back when it's done. So I was about to I was about to combine my pickaxe and the mending and efficiency books so I can finally get my efficiency 5 on breaking, 3 fortune mending, and silk touch mending books. I'm sorry, pickaxes, diamond pickaxes. And literally, as I'm about to decide a name for my fortune pickaxe, a creeper blows up behind me. All well and good, but it only happened like 30 odd seconds ago, so it's fine. The item shouldn't despawn. In fact, it was right next to the portal, so we should be fine. And portal. Okay. Oh god. I made sure that I cleaned up as much as I could by that explosion, and I made sure to put all of that person's items back in their chests. Luckily, nothing of value got destroyed or despawned. It was just some blocks. Alright, we have our 2 pickaxes. Now, they're named, normal things, not subliminal messages or anything. Nothing that's going to appear frequently at all whatsoever. It's not going to be like a message you're going to see often. It's nothing that really matters. It's nothing that, it's nothing, it's just not, it's just, in fact, I'm going to take this whole lot. Oh, you know what? I have an idea. So my idea is this. I'm just going to open up and modify my auto clicker. Here's the thing. I have to make sure there's nothing else in my inventory. Okay, so then what I do is I break that, stand here, F6. Oh god, oh lord. Okay, hold on a second. Uh-oh. Let me get rid of the rest of these. Okay. Let's put this chest back. Okay, let's go on a little exterminator trip. That's what zombified my villager before. I saved you, see? Happy? Not happy. Okay, and Fletcher head. Cool. Alright, since we've last been here, I had a little mining session, got some more resources. I placed 4 little smokers here. I forgot their name for a second. I moved the water from over there to over here because, as you see, this area is cleaned out. Sheep used to be here, now they're over there. Water used to be here, now it's over there. And the little chicken thing used to be here. But now I moved it into this structure as you saw me building. Essentially, what it is, let's head up here. There's a ton of chickens up here, and all the way down there's chests and hoppers and chests and hoppers. Essentially a storage system, and down here we have the final storage, so essentially we will never run out of room for eggs, because if this fills up at this point, I will never need any more, and this is just temporary. After a while we can remove these. This is just in case some of them die. Now, as you can tell, we have one left. We have the cows. I don't know what to do with them, because if I ever need to enchant something, I need experience, and if I need experience, I need to go to the pigment farm, but the problem is there's always an enchantment table there, and I don't really need it. I guess I can, there's no point in killing them here. I guess I could just keep them for now. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. I guess you can leave it in the comments if you want me to or not. But if you remember from earlier recording, I chucked a bunch of eggs this way. As you can see, it's nice and clear because I went out and I actually killed all that I could find. Maybe there's one or two somewhere that I didn't check, but I checked in most places, like far back. There's a ravine over here, I checked that, I killed most of them. I actually didn't check in the ravine. I'm not going to go to, oh, speaking of the devil. I didn't go in the ravine and check, but I'm sure there's, yeah, one. And the pig, oh, the pig didn't die. Interesting. I pushed him down there. So just the one. He can live. He's fine. Oh boy. We have to get out of here. As you can see, I was already here because, you know, I had to make myself a way up. I'm just gonna let that stuff despawn, and hopefully the server will be running a little bit better with all the chickens gone. I'm looking at the chicken farm, and I don't know why, it just seems like it's off to me. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make some change, because you see we have these stairs over here for the chest. Even though there's no actual chests over there, I'm gonna place these stairs, and just because it's gonna make it look more consistent. So let's break that, let's break that, and you. No, I guess we have to remove this. I placed stone in some areas to save on blocks, but I guess it doesn't really matter now. And that looks, yeah, way more consistent. It does look a little bit different, but it's fine. Way more consistent this time around. Now, as you probably remember, my chests are in a state of disarray. I combined some of the blocks, and yeah, I got 13 more diamonds when I was mining. But you can see that there's only really one thing that's sorted, and that's the dirt and the bamboo. Well, okay, and the potatoes. But still, this is essentially one big mess. So I think what we're going to have to do next episode, along with finishing the actual fort, we're going to have to figure out a proper sorting system. Now, I was thinking either we can have it laid out amongst here, which I did test in a, not test per se, but I've done it before, and it works quite well in an underground section, but as I've said before, I'm not building an underground section because that is way too much work for essentially nothing. So we can either have it up here, which would give us a purpose of going up here, apart from just decorative, or we can have it for convenience, we can have it along the walls. I'm not really too sure about that, because it's, you know, if we have it along the walls, it kind of takes away from the whole thing. But if we have it up there, it kind of, you know, makes it annoying to get to. Because if we have it on the walls, we're either going to have to make them double stacked, and that's kind of less convenient, or it's just going to be flat and there's going to be wasted space. I don't know, maybe we can find some way to remedy that. Maybe it's going to be actually convenient, you know, a water elevator or something like that. But yeah, another thing is we have to start doing something with these villagers, because as much as I like getting just incessant amounts of carrots, well, actually that's not incessant or an amount, it's just some carrots. I have nothing to do with these guys, and I was gonna make them agricultural, as I said earlier, but maybe I'm gonna have a collaborative project with one other member on the server, and these villagers might be put to good use with that. Apart from that, I guess we can make this pumpkin farm better, obviously, because right now it's just sprawled along the floor. There's no real purpose to it. Well, no, there's one very clear purpose to it, but it doesn't look like it's as important just laying there on the floor. And another thing, to finish up these walls, certainly the amount of wood we have in there is definitely not enough. Most of it went to this chunk of stuff, and that's just not going to cut it. So we're going to have to figure out some way to get a wood farm. Maybe we can finally set up, you know, a shop in the shopping district. We can get some diamonds, we can buy some acacia wood for somebody, you know, make somebody else work for it for a change. Or we can set up that little farm again, or maybe we can finally make a proper redstone-based one. Some other things we have to do. I want to make a little upgrade to this area. I want it to look nicer. Also, as much as I do like how this portal looks, and it's nice. So for example, if you look at how nice this one looks, this is the portal to Evangelion's base, I believe. It looks nice, it looks like it has shape, it has purpose. It's all, it's got that weird thing, it has, okay, I'm probably not going to do a dirt path, but what I mean is that it's decorated. And then you look over at ours, right? It's just, it's not even lit up, there's random blocks everywhere that I'm going to remove right now. There's weird corners, it's looking generic as shit. What I'm saying is I want to make it at least look nice. At the very least, I'll make it have like a similar design to the one we have in the overworld. But I'm hoping that maybe I can go for next episode a design like maybe a mini fort out here, like 4 walls and a castle or something. But nothing extreme, obviously, because it is just another portal. But I do want it to look nice and acceptable. Like if you've seen the portal at the shopping district, it looks very, very nice. So I want to kind of decorate that. That's one of the goals I have for next episode. Obviously that collaboration thing that I spoke about with another one of the members on this server. So I think that's pretty much it. That's all the time we have for today. Oh, and one more thing I forgot actually is I want to set up a proper furnace. Not like those 4 things. I want to set up like a, input chest, output chest. But for that we need a lot of iron, and that's something we have to figure out next time on The Bachelor. No. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the end of episode 3. I'm afraid that's all the time we have. We got a lot done. Well, what I believe is a lot. I don't know. I'm more interested in getting actual progress done than just, sitting around doing nothing for 3 weeks while the AP exams are going on. But that's over. Essentially, my schedule's freed up. I'll probably be able to do more of these now. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time. Bye-bye!